scorching Arizona sun shimmered over the open highway, and the only thing glistening brighter than the asphalt was the obsidian-black Bentley Bentayga that sat stalled by the roadside. Inside it, billionaire tech mogul Veronica Hale was furiously tapping her phone screen. No signal. Known for her cold demeanor and cutting-edge inventions, Veronica wasn't used to being helpless. She had built empires, broken glass ceilings, and topped Forbes lists, but today, her engine wouldn't start. She stepped out in 4-inch heels, popped the hood, and sighed. Then, from across the road, came a soundless giggle she didn't hear, but felt. 8-year-old Lily Maddox had been watching from the porch of her family's tiny ranch house. Wearing oversized denim overalls and carrying a rusted red toolbox, Lily sprinted over barefoot, her curly blonde hair bouncing with each step. She tapped Veronica's elbow and pointed to the engine, then to herself. Veronica raised an eyebrow. "You want to fix my Bentley?" she asked incredulously. Lily just smiled and nodded. When Veronica asked a second time, Lily pulled out a notepad from her pocket and scribbled, "I'm deaf, but I know cars. Let me help?" Veronica stared at the note, stunned. A deaf child offering to repair a $500,000 luxury vehicle? But with no signal, no help, and no options, she stepped aside. To her disbelief, Lily went to work with the confidence of a seasoned mechanic. In under 20 minutes, the engine purred back to life. Veronica gaped at the girl who just did what 3 engineers on her team couldn't manage during the last prototype test. She mouthed, "Thank you," and Lily simply signed, "You're welcome." Impressed and deeply curious, Veronica followed Lily back to the porch and met her mother, June Maddox, a single parent, struggling artist, and former mechanical engineer herself. June explained how Lily lost her hearing at age 3 due to a rare viral infection. But instead of growing bitter, Lily developed an almost magical connection with machines. She heard vibrations, felt energy, and solved mechanical puzzles like others solved Rubik's Cubes. Veronica listened, for once, without interrupting. The next day, Veronica returned, not in the Bentley, but in a borrowed truck, and offered Lily and her mother something unimaginable, a full scholarship for Lily to attend the Hale Institute for Gifted Innovation in San Francisco. June hesitated. "We don't do pity," she said softly. Veronica replied, "Neither do I. I do potential. And your daughter has more of it than anyone I've met in years." With a trembling nod, June agreed, tears streaming down her face. Lily just smiled and signed, "I want to learn everything." At the Institute, Lily was unstoppable. She became a sensation in the labs, creating noise-canceling motors, silent drones, and even tactile response panels that communicated sound through pressure and light. Veronica began spending more time mentoring Lily than running her boardrooms. The billionaire who never made time for birthdays, weddings, or even her own family now cleared her calendar to watch a little girl build magic from silence. One night, while working late in the lab, Lily handed Veronica a schematic. It was titled Sound Bridge Project. Lily signed, "What if I can hear again?" Veronica blinked, then read the details. Lily had designed a neural interface that bypassed damaged auditory nerves and rerouted sound via bone conduction and AI interpretation. It was revolutionary, ambitious, and completely theoretical. But something in Lily's eyes sparked a fire in Veronica's heart. "Let's build it," she said. For the next 11 months, they worked tirelessly. Veronica pulled in her best researchers. Lily contributed every ounce of her genius, and the two formed a bond stronger than any Veronica had known. It wasn't just science. It was hope, wrapped in wires and code. Still, every prototype failed. Sometimes the audio was distorted, other times it caused painful feedback. But Lily never gave up, and neither did Veronica. Then came the breakthrough. Using micro-haptic processors and a language learning AI chip, Lily adjusted the design to interpret tonal frequencies and translate them into brain-readable signals. The first time they tested it, Lily flinched. Veronica's voice came through like a whisper underwater, then clearer, then crystal. Lily froze. A tear rolled down her cheek. I can hear," she stammered. Her own voice sounded foreign to her. Veronica gasped, covering her mouth in disbelief. The media exploded. "Billionaire and deaf child create world's first sensory sound link," read every headline. But while investors circled like vultures and pharmaceutical giants offered billions, Lily only cared about one thing: going back home. Veronica drove her herself in the same Bentley they first met by. When they pulled up to the ranch, June ran out, stopping cold when she heard her daughter say, "Hi, Mom, I can hear you." They collapsed into each other's arms. Back in San Francisco, Veronica called a press conference, but instead of announcing a product launch, she announced her resignation. "I've spent my whole life building companies," she said, her voice shaking, "but I forgot to build something far more important: connection." Lily reminded me what invention is truly for: restoring humanity, not stock prices. The room erupted in stunned silence, followed by thunderous applause. Veronica took the millions offered by donors and launched the Lily Foundation for Children with Sensory Disorders, funding treatment, education, and technology for thousands. Lily became the youngest speaker ever at the United Nations Science Forum. When asked what inspired her, she simply said, "A broken car, and someone who believed I wasn't broken too." Years passed, and Lily grew into a poised, articulate young woman, her voice steady, her smile radiant. Veronica, now retired from the corporate world, taught engineering at a local university and spent weekends visiting the Maddoxes. They weren't related by blood, but theirs was a bond deeper than any DNA could define. At the annual Lily Foundation Gala, Lily stepped onto the stage and shared her final project, a global sound-sharing app for the hearing impaired. She ended her speech with, "We all deserve to be heard, even if we listen differently." As the crowd rose in a standing ovation, Veronica wiped a tear and whispered, "You fixed more than my Bentley, kid. You fixed me." And somewhere in the crowd, a child with cochlear implants clutched her mother's hand and whispered, "Maybe I can build something too." Because inspiration doesn't care how you hear it, only that you do.